Hello everybody, we're here at Mom's again today. We're going to do some cooking. She's got some sweet potatoes in the oven. She's got potatoes on cooking for mashed potatoes, and she's got some green beans on. And right over here, this is my sister and Mom again. And here's the rest of the crew. And we'll be back in a minute. She's going to fry some gluten-free chicken. We'll show you how to do it.
For cat flour, see.
Gotta let Granny by here.
We'll show you this flour here that you're going to use.
She's got the cut for cut multi-purpose gluten-free flour. You can order it on Amazon. And she's got her chicken and some cream here. Soaking it in cream. And right here, she's got the skillet ready. She's got a whole stick of butter in there. Lord have mercy.
And I also put a little bit of oil in it.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of cooking oil in it. Canola oil, I guess. This cup for cup, that's what I use in that biscuit recipe that I posted on.
Well, we're going to bring it over here and put it in this skillet here. What I do, it don't have, if I just do it one time and roll it in flour, it don't seem like enough of that gluten-free flour don't stick to it like other flour. So I've started doing it this way and rolling it twice in gluten-free flour, and that way it makes enough flour on it for it to brown good when you put it in the skillet. They say this is supposed to be the best gluten-free flour you can buy. I don't know, but we're going to try it out tonight and see. We've been using another kind all the time, but it was pretty good. We're going to turn that skillet down a little bit here and don't let it get too brown. Did I do that one twice or not?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to test some more flour, Ricky. I know I am.
Okay, let me get you something here.
Turn it back up a little bit now. Takes a little while to dip it in there twice, but it makes it a lot better.
I don't believe our skillet's going to be big enough, is it?
No, I'll just put the rest of it in the freezer every time I get the skillet full. I've got 2 or 3 more pieces here, but I'll just stick it in the freezer and fry it later. Usually it'd be big enough, but since we're having several people to eat tonight, well, I had to fix a few more pieces of chicken.
Yeah, we've got the whole gang here tonight.
They all like chicken pretty good, so that's what we're going to have. We're going to have some gravy to go with it too.
And don't forget them sweet potatoes.
No, we've got sweet potatoes in the oven.
I love sweet potatoes and gravy.
I'd say they're getting about done, the sweet potatoes. I've had them in there for quite a while. I believe that's about all we're going to be able to put in there right now.
Okay.
I've got 3 or 4 pieces left, and I'm going to salt it and pepper it. It was forced off in my hands here.
Look here, everybody's waiting patiently for the fried chicken. She's just going to salt and pepper it here, and when we get it done, we'll put it together here and show you how it turns out. Oh, here we go. We're back at the fried chicken.
Now the chicken that's been turned, I fried it and I salted and peppered it. It's fried it on one side and I turned it over and it's frying on the other side now. So it'll be fine for just a minute, and I put the lid on it while I'm frying it. And after a while, I'll take it out and I'll steam it. And I'll show you just in a minute how I do that when it gets through getting done.
Well, it's looking good. Here,
now look, here's the chicken after it got done, after it was fried. So I may put it back in and steam it for a little while, just to be sure to make it good and tender. And makes better gravy when you steam it. So we'll make the gravy after a while. Well, we're steaming it now. I poured the grease off of it. And I poured the grease in this cup right here. And then I poured some water, about these little glasses of water in on it, and put the lid back on it. It's going to steam a while now to make it good and tender. And it'll just fall apart when it almost after it fries in that.
Okay.
And we just took the gluten-free chicken out of the skillet after it's been steamed. I steamed it for about 15 or 20 minutes on real low, and then it was ready to take out. So we're hoping that it's going to be good and tender now. We're going to make some gravy in the grease here that was left. We'll put just a little bit of that grease back in there, and some of that stuff fell off of the chicken. That'll make the gravy good. But I'm going to have to fix my cream here, Ricky, and everything. So
Okay, we'll come back then.
we're going to use some gluten. We've got some grease. I poured some of that grease, chicken grease, back in there. And we're going to put some gluten-free cornstarch. I guess that all cornstarch is gluten-free. I don't know exactly how much to put or how much to tell you, but I don't think I want that much. I'm going to start out with that much. Maybe a little bit more. And if it's not thick enough, we'll have to put a little bit more thickening in it. I don't think it's still enough. Okay. Now you want to you want to cook it till your flour gets cooked. You don't want to put it in that raw cornstarch because it'll taste floury, and you don't want that. So you have to turn it on and cook it till the flour gets, or the cornstarch rather, gets it. And put you some salt and pepper in it. Turn it up here and let it cook a little bit. I believe that's a little piece of chicken that got left in there. And I guess it can be eat too. Well, I believe should be fried up enough, cooked up enough, whatever. When you make gravy, you want to turn it down real low or almost off when you pour if you don't, your milk will clabber up and he'll get knots in it and lumps in it and everything else. And I always turn it down till I get my milk in there and get it stirred up good. And then I'll bring it back to a boil. I'm gonna put that much in it right now and see if that's enough. I'll turn it up here and let it come back to a boil. And that piece is the chicken that fell off of the chicken. That's what makes the gravy good, have them big pieces of goodies, I guess you call it, fall off and get in your gravy, and it really gives it the flavor.
Honey.
Yeah, honey. Ricky always called it the honey off of the chicken. Now that brown stuff. Turn it up here a little bit and let it roll a little faster here. Everybody's about to starve to death, I think. I'll have some mashed potatoes and green beans with it and some sweet potatoes, so I guess they'll get enough.
If you've never tried sweet potatoes with gravy on them, you need to try it.
I think it's what you get used to growing up, probably. We always eat it when I was growing up, and I always fixed it for us after I got married, so we've all sort of. Now Lori, our daughter, she says she'd rather have her sweet potatoes with butter. She don't really care for it. She likes gravy and she likes the sweet potatoes, but she don't really want them together. So I guess you can eat them like you want to.
And it's really good if you make gravy. If you look back at the gluten-free cornbread recipe that I did, cornbread and gravy is really, really good.
It's getting about ready to boil here. Hope I put enough cornstarch in it. If not, I'll have to mix up a little bit more and put in it. Of course, you can always, if it's too thick, you just add a little bit more milk, and if it's too thin, you just put you a little bit more cornstarch into some milk and pour it in that way. Pour it around in it. Boil it again. There's always a way of fixing it. And I've not been making gravy with cornstarch this long, so I'm just sort of new at it. When these kids all started getting that celiac disease, I've had to start cooking a little bit different for them, so I'm sort of new at some of this stuff. It's taking long enough to boil, and I bet you anything I'm gonna have to mix up some more cornstarch because I don't believe it's gonna get thick enough. No, it's not, Ricky. I'm going to have to mix up a little bit of cornstarch and some milk here. And
Okay, we'll stop here and bring you back when we get it done.
Okay, everybody, here's the finished gravy. She mixed a little more cornstarch in with a little bit of cream and thickened it up a little bit. It looks perfect now. So I'm gonna plate me up a plate here and I'll show it to you.